and welcome to our kids service. We're so excited for you to see everything that we have for you. But before we do that, we need you to stand up, make some room, because we're gonna jump into some worship.
Hey kids, let's clap our hands and stomp our feet as we sing Graves into Gardens.
I'll search the world, but it couldn't fill me. Man's empty praise and treasures that fade are never enough. And you came along, yeah, and put me back together. And every desire is now satisfied here in your love. Oh,
Sing There Is
oh,
Nothing.
there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing is better than you.
Let's stomp our feet.
I'm not afraid to show you my weakness, my failures and flaws. Lord, you see them all, and you still call me friend. 'Cause the God of the mountain, oh, is the God of the valley. And there's not a place your mercy and grace won't find me again.
Sing There Is Nothing.
Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing is better than you. Oh, you turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. You're the only one who can. You turn graves into gardens. You turn bones into armies. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can.
Oh my goodness. That's just the absolute worst. I just can't stand it. Oh my goodness. Hi everybody. It's so great to be here with you at Kids Cookout. Don't mind my tears. I was just cutting some onions for the burgers. That's my least favorite thing to do when it comes to cooking. This month in Kids, though, we're learning about what it looks like to have patience. Patience is waiting until later for what you want now. A cookout is the perfect setting to practice your patience. You have to wait patiently for the grill to heat up. You have to wait patiently for the burgers to cook. You have to wait patiently for the corn on the cob to get perfectly roasted. And then there's my personal favorite. You have to wait patiently for an adult to slice the watermelon. Oh, it's my favorite. And I need an adult to slice my watermelon too. I'm not very good at it at all. Before we get into our Bible story about patience today, let's start with our big answer. What is the big answer? It's the answer to the big question. This is a question you should get from that important adult in your life, and that is, what did you learn in kids' church today? And our big answer for today is when you have to wait, remember what's true. And our memory verse for the series comes from the book of Psalms, and it says, wait for the Lord. Be strong and don't lose hope. Wait for the Lord. Psalm chapter 27, verse 14. Today we're in Exodus, the second book of the Old Testament. You might remember how God chose a man named Abraham and promised to bless the whole world through his family. Abraham's family became known as the Israelites, and they grew in number. For hundreds of years, the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt, but at last, God sent a man named Moses to lead the people to freedom. Moses led God's people into the wilderness, where God provided water and food for them along the way. Now that the Israelites were free in the wilderness, they had to learn what it meant to be God's people. When the people camped near Mount Sinai, God's presence came down onto the mountain. God's presence appeared on the mountain as a fire and cloud. God called Moses up to the mountain, and God told Moses to share this message we read in Exodus chapter 19, verses 4 through 6, with all of the people. You have seen for yourselves what I did in Egypt. You saw how I carried you on the wings of eagles and brought you to myself. Now obey me completely. Keep my covenant. If you do, then out of all of the nations, you will be my special treasure. The whole earth is mine, but you will be a kingdom of priests to serve me. You will be my holy nation. God told Moses to give the people a special set of rules to live by. These rules would help the Israelites stay safe and stay connected to God. When the people had heard about God's rules and laws, they said they would do everything that God had told them to do. God then called Moses back up to the mountain. Moses and his helper Joshua started back up. But before they left, they spoke to the elders of the people in Exodus 24, saying, wait for us here until we come back to you. Aaron and Hur are with you. Anyone who has a problem can go to them. Joshua waited while Moses went right up to the cloud on the mountaintop. Moses was up on top of the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. That's a really long time to be gone. Moses was gone for such a long time, and the people started to get impatient. They forgot all the ways that God had already provided for them. Listen to what the people said to Moses' brother Aaron. In Exodus chapter 32, verse 1, they said, come, make us a God that will lead us. This fellow Moses brought us up out of Egypt, but we don't know what's happened to him. Yikes, this isn't good at all. Aaron told the people to bring him all of their gold earrings. He melted them together and formed a statue of a golden calf. This next part is pretty wild, guys. The people actually said, Israel, here's your God who brought you up and out of Egypt. Aaron built an altar, and the next day the Israelites had a feast and danced in front of the golden calf. Meanwhile, God told Moses what was happening and told him to go down the mountain. God said about the people in Exodus chapter 32, verse 8, "They have quickly turned away from what I commanded them. They have made themselves a metal statue of a god in the shape of a calf. They have bowed down and sacrificed to it. And they have said, 'Israel, here is your God who has brought you up out of Egypt.'" Moses asked God to have mercy on the people. Then he started back down the mountain carrying 2 tablets with God's laws written on them. No, not that kind of tablet. Yeah, that's better. Stone tablets. At this point, Moses' helper Joshua was with him. When the 2 of them got close to camp, they heard the people shouting. Joshua thought it sounded like they were at war. Then Moses saw the people dancing in front of the golden calf. He was so angry that he threw the tablets on the ground and they broke. Moses was very upset that the people had forgotten all that God had done for them. He took the golden calf and burned it in the fire. Then he put the powder in the water and made the Israelites drink it. It was bitter and it reminded them of what they had done. Moses then asked Aaron how this could have even happened, how the people could have made him lead them into making such a terrible choice. Do you know what Aaron said back to Moses? Believe it or not, he said, "It's not my fault." In Exodus 32, verses 22 through 24, Aaron said, "Please don't be angry. You know how these people like to do what is evil. They said to me, 'Make us a god that will lead us.' This fellow Moses brought us up out of Egypt, but we don't know what has happened to him. So I told them, 'Anyone who has gold jewelry, take it off.' They gave me the gold. I threw it into the fire, and out came this calf." So basically, Aaron was saying that it wasn't his fault because he threw the gold into the fire and a golden calf just happened to come out. That doesn't really add up though, does it? Really, it seems Aaron was feeling embarrassed and guilty because of what he had done wrong. It's too bad that the Israelites forgot so easily about the ways God had been faithful to them in the past. They forgot what was true, that God had led them to freedom, that God had provided for them on their journey through the wilderness, and that God was right there with them even as they waited. The Israelites' impatience led to some terrible things, but even when the people turned away over and over, God remained faithful. God continued to provide for them on their journey in the wilderness towards the land that He had prepared for them. Just think about how much better things would have been if the Israelites had remembered all of the good things that God had done for them. They could have trusted God and waited patiently, but instead, they forgot all about God's faithfulness, and that caused them to mess up in a big way. This is important for us to think about so we don't make the same mistakes when we have to wait. When you're stressed out, it's really easy to forget all of the good stuff that God has done. So when you have to wait, take time to focus on the things that you know are true. You can think of the ways that God has helped you before. You can remember that God loves you deeply no matter what. You can remember that God is always with you while you wait. Waiting well is hard, but remember that you don't have to do it all on your own. When we follow Jesus, God sends His Holy Spirit to live inside of us. And patience is actually a gift from God's Spirit. It's a gift that you can ask for every day. Just like our big answer says, when you have to wait, remember what's true. You know what? I think I have something to help me finish cutting those onions. All right, safety glasses. That should help. Let's go do this. See you guys.
It's time for Memory Verse Breakdown!
Hey kids, today we're going to break down this week's memory verse. Are you ready? Okay, here's this week's memory verse. Think you've got it? Try saying it out loud. All right, let's take some words away. You think you still got it? Try saying it out loud again. All right, let's bring those words back in and see how you did. Did you get it right? Awesome! Well, that's this week's memory verse breakdown. How'd you do?
Memory verse breakdown!
Hi, everyone. On the count of 3, I want you all to laugh with me as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3! Oh boy, that was fun. But I hope you got all the giggles out, because we're about to play a Try Not to Laugh challenge. The rules are simple. First, I need everyone up on your feet. I'm gonna tell you some side-splitting, hilarious Bible jokes that would make any dad proud. If you think you know the answer, shout it out, but be careful not to laugh. If you laugh, please take a seat. Anyone standing after all 8 jokes will be crowned the Try Not to Laugh champion. All right, serious faces on. Here's the first joke. Why didn't Cain present a good offering? He wasn't able. Get it? Because his brother's name is Abel, so he wasn't. Oh, never mind. I'm just getting started. Let's see how you handle this next joke. What do a crab without a shell and Jesus have in common? They're both shellfish. Okay, I think I see some of you out there trying not to laugh. Here comes joke number 3. Why don't Ruth and Joshua get along? Because Joshua judges Ruth. Get it? Like the books of the Bible, Joshua, then Judges, and then, no? Okay, tough crowd. Moving on to the next joke. Do you know who owned the first iPad in the Bible? Moses. God actually gave him 2 tablets. Okay, whoa. Okay, now that's a good one because the 10 Commandments were written on tablets, so anyway, here's joke number 5. How much land did Abraham's nephew own? Lots! Because Abraham's nephew was named Lot, so he owned Lot. Well, anyway, you get it. Here's joke number 6. Why wouldn't Pharaoh let the Israelites go? Because he was in denial! Okay, that's good. He was in denial, like the Nile River. If you don't think that's funny, I seriously have to question your taste in comedy. Here's the next joke. What type of music does Goliath hate? Rock! Yeah, believe it or not, I think it may have given him a little bit of a headache. Anyway, here comes the last joke. What's Peter's favorite card game to play? Go fish! Oh, wow! If you're still standing, congratulations. You are officially the Try Not to Laugh champion.
Thank you so much for being with us today. Before you leave, have that important adult in your life go to lifechurchgreenbay.com/kids, where you can grab our Kids Connect card. There you can discuss our big answer, memory verse, and even more. We love you so much. Have a great week.